Getting quite a lot of experience with the submarine. These are the tier 1s, crikey. But it does look like more and more of my tier 3s are getting their snorkels done. So we should be pushing them out the door sooner rather than later. I really do want to have the submarines going. I have a pretty decent naval garrison. So we're going to reduce the speed of... not naval garrison, port garrison. So we're going to increase the speed of submarine conversion so that we can get those snorkels. Because once those are armed with snorkels, we can probably go into the English Channel. Because right now I don't dare to, because the English Channel is a shallow sea, which doubles submarine visibility. So it's really easy to sink submarines if they're in shallow seas, compared to like regular ocean, which is no penalty. Oh, the North Sea is also shallow. I had not realised that. A country of canals. A park for every town. Gain stability +5. Another manner to keep our unemployed busy is by building a lot of parks. Generations yet unborn will be able to come to their senses in these tranquil sites that will have been built in these hard times. Meanwhile, Britain's landed again, but should be ousted fairly easily. And it looks like there are Russian troops in Ireland now as well. So at this point, I'm fairly confident that Ireland can hold. I think they'll be fine. Let's dye the oceans into proper colour. Orange. We're still getting British convoys. I wonder how many they have now, because they've got to be investing a lot of their industry into convoy construction. They have less than 200, which is not good for them. And not to mention all of the repairs that they must be doing to their navy, especially their first fight. Bloody hell. We did a lot of damage to their capital ships, just submarines. However, the other thing that we of course need to be aware of is the fact that actually losses are about equal. Britain's lost the most. Against me! Oh, that's all just naval losses. Oh, that's awesome. I've done the most damage this war! Huzzah! Whoops. Kick the microphone there. My bad. Oh, another battle. I think I need to tell... See if you sail out or not. Doesn't look like you will. No. British ships are going to get away. Bharati has declared war on the Princely Federation, but not the Dominion. No, they're already up. No, they're not at war with Dominion. Let's turn your strike force off then. I want to continue just regaining fuel. More and more of the submarines are being pushed out. That's good. 3 to go. And then all of my level 2s and level 3s have snorkels. And then I can increase their area of operations rather than just Ireland. Maybe help knock out Norway. The problem is I have 8 divisions defending the entirety of the Netherlands right now. I don't think that Sweden and Denmark need help. In fact, this is just Sweden. Denmark's not helping. You know what I haven't done? I haven't fortified any of the Belgian or the Flemish ports.
Bevelen. Aantreden. Bevelen.
Yeah, we're going to assign you all to this army. And this is just going to be purely a defensive force now. Try to do that. How are we doing for guns? Okay, we do have a couple of spares, so let's start training. A couple more of those. See if we can get away with it. How are we doing for fighters? We're only on -4, so actually the fighter brigade's going okay. How are we doing nationalist victory in South Africa? I totally forgot that South Africa was even fighting. Whoops! Oh, Sweden's not getting any of their steel through. Well, I guess we'll buy it from Germany. Too much. Wait, what was the other thing I had loads of? Rubber. Oh, that's because I'm getting from the Dutch East Indies, though. I totally forgot that these guys were fighting. I could have assisted the Boers. Or could I? Yes, I now have access to my Dutch foreign policy. But I really want to get rid of Black Monday, so we're going to continue working on that. Because I'm still stuck with it. May 38, and I still have Black Monday. Yes, I will accept your non-aggressions. The other thing is telephones. Do we have any admirals who can be promoted? Nope. Yep. Maybe? Yeah, I think I'm going to give you Lone Wolf. My strike fleets are fairly small, so they need a bit of extra help. Forstner has no traits left, although he's about to get another one. Level 4, he'll get another. Then the escorts. Are you getting any experience? Yes, you are. Although I don't actually want you to have concealment expert. I want you to get spotter or fleet protector. So how many ships do Britain still have? 300. France has got less than 100. Germany's still got 300. And then, of course, the most important nation has 57. And that's 57 more good ships than anyone else. It's the Dutch ships. See you, poet. Speed 4 this. We've gotten over the early rush and mentalism, that is, the early war. So northern France is struggling. I think I'm kind of okay with that. Oh, you know what I can do? I can base aeroplanes in Leinster. So we're going to wait until we have one fighter so I can build an air wing in Ireland. And we'll have them in the western approaches. Just hunting enemy ships. As long as we have air superiority, we can get a bonus. Oh, wow. The Germans and the Russians are actually winning in one of the slots. One of the spots. They're taking so much damage though. Look at the strength of their units. Why am I currently losing fuel? My fleet was out, clearly. 2 submarines, 2 destroyers lost. We sank 5 cruisers, 10 destroyers, and 4 convoys. Oh, I missed that fight. That was a bit of a fight. A success. 6 Mexican transports. It's going to be interesting if the CSA actually wins, because it's going to be one of the few times the CSA might win in, like, good enough time to actually impact events in Europe. So we're going to get high inflation from this. And that's it. Then if I want to get unemployment reduced, we'll need to get these 2 as well, which will mean that I need to do 2 of these. And if I'm removing the high government debt, no, sorry, the inflation, then we should be able to get startup tax breaks. I guess that these are automatically bypassed. Yeah, if you don't have the focuses. So we'll spend an extra 40 days or so to get 2 extra civilian factories. Is that worth it? Considering how short we're going to be on building slots, I think yes, I think it is going to be worth it. Will I reclaim Picardy for the Greater Netherlands? I mean, if I get the opportunity to do so, yes. Dockyards free. Excellent. Well, in that case, we can start repairing ships again with good speed. And we are going to continue building Amsterdam-class destroyers, because I feel like my escort fleet needs beefing up. Except most of my work is currently being done on repairs, which is fine. Something that needs to be done. And the Germans are actually making a push here. If they can take that province, they'd cut Lille off. A park in every town. Every man a park. So let's implement an Austrian approach. Socialists and conservatives alike call us mad, but the best approach is to not intervene directly and to let the market fix itself while we help by devaluing the gulden and opening up more opportunities for our import-export sector, the beating heart of our economy. And the LSP is currently just on 5%. Well, at least they're going to go up to 15% after this. Five Dutch submarines wreaking havoc with the British fleet. You know what? If Helfrich could get Lone Wolf, he would decrease the efficiency of their screens even further. Because the bigger their fleets are, the more damage we do. Just need to make sure that we get superior tactics. And then we can get Lone Wolf. Although actually getting concealment experts probably the more important for the visibility reduction. This one means more damage, this one means we take less damage. On YouTube, the instrumental version title is Het Wilhelmus Hunting with the Netherlands. I'm just going to copy and paste that. There we go, that's the one I was looking for. Although we really need this to be playing when there's like a really big naval battle or something. There we go. Big naval battle. We sank 6 destroyers and 3 convoys. Empire of Brazil declared war on the West Indies Federation. So Brazil's gone up against the the Entente. That's an interesting choice. Pedro III. American Union State has volunteers from the Empire of Brazil. Well, those are going home now, so they won't last. Drop the gold standard. Political power plus 10%, resources to market plus 5%, civilian factory construction speed plus 10%. We adhere to the gold standards that investors will see the Gulden as a stable currency that can always be turned in for gold at the central bank. An unfortunate side effect of having a strong Gulden is that it makes it expensive for people from other countries to purchase Dutch products. By dropping the gold standard and valuing the Gulden, we can mitigate these effects, and yes, I can tell it's a bit loud. It just ended anyway. Alright, back to this music. But at least we have the Dutch anthem now if we need it for something great happening, like sinking their flagship again. A little bit disappointed that the British haven't tried any more naval invasions of Ireland. Would have been fun to see. Actually looks like the Germans are starting to make a little bit of a dent into the French side here. Fighters, we are gaining. Oh, we have way too much steel. Cancel that. Ha! We sank a heavy carrier. They've spotted 1 submarine, but the other 16 are like, shh. Oh no, he's hidden again. They do have a very good screen though, but we still sank 8 convoys. Oh, even more arriving. Our submarines have decided, nope. The Ottoman Empire calls for aid. Faced by an invasion on all sides, the Sultan of the Ottoman Empire has come to us in an effort to secure weapons for his dangerously under-equipped army, while we ourselves are preparing ourselves for war as well. Sending over some equipment could earn us their trust and maybe even access to the valuable black gold of the desert. Yeah, I'll support you. It's just good business. Don't worry, we'll send you the bill later. Fall of Madrid. Reports from Madrid confirm that the Spanish city has been captured by advancing Carlist troops after long merciless fighting through the hilly terrain in the old city. And Carl August Ehrensvard has announced that the cowardly Norwegian nation could no longer withstand the pressure from the overwhelming presence of Swedish forces. Something I am sure no Norwegian ever wishes to hear. Yeah, once we've dealt with the Royal Navy, or the Republican Navy. Whoa! We did more damage here than I expected. We lost 1 submarine, sank a heavy carrier, 2 dreadnoughts, and an armoured cruiser. Ouch! Alfric is definitely doing his job here. Is black gold oil? Yes. Ooh. French Republic is also doing some pretty effective naval invasions. Marseille, Bordeaux, and Nantes all at the same time. Impressive. I think I need to change my manpower law to extensive. $14,000 is running a little bit low, especially because I'm still trying to pump out ships. Ah, now I need metal again. Netherlands 2 OP, please nerf. They are pretty strong. The fact that they start with such a modern navy is awesome. Like I said, it's just too bad that all of their ships start with old engines. If Kaiserreich does like Vanilla have done, where they actually make the engines the same tier as the ship itself, then the Dutch Navy is going to be really strong at the start of the game compared to most other navies, just because they're so modern. Drop the gold standard. And also I think AI navies will perform a hell of a lot better, because they don't tend to upgrade them. So if they started already at that higher level, then they would perform a lot better. Netherlands was always into heavy metal. Trade missions. Get the event trade mission, or unlock decision build oil refinery in Willemstad. Let's do the trade missions. It's just good business. Trade missions seeking to reach agreements with foreign governments and companies are a great way to expand the reach of the Dutch business and potentially alleviate the current economic downturn. Oh, they've landed. They've died. And we're hunting down another dreadnought who's running away as fast as he possibly can. Bye! And again. Right, I think it is now time for you to extend your reach into the English Channel as well. With the exception of you. Can I do that? I think I need to do it on an individual basis. Yeah, I can't do it on an individual basis. So I'm likely to lose some of my tier 1 submarines now. I'm aware of the danger and I'm willing to embrace it. Meanwhile, 16 submarines are hunting down the Republican fleet again. They're just like, not again! Socialist Republic of Liberia has capitulated. Pierre-Etienne Flandin has announced that the cowardly Liberian nation could no longer withstand the pressure from the overwhelming presence of French forces. The submarine's really trying to... Yep, they're trying to sink the destroyers. That's gutsy. Alfred's just taking the piss now. One destroyer, one convoy. Meanwhile, Wallonia continues to grow ever larger. Meanwhile, let's put the Amsterdam on the top of the build pole. Come on, there you go. Dominion of India has declared war on Bhutan. Yes, I would love to have your support equipment. Thank you ever so much. So have I still killed the most of the Union of Britain? Yes. Oh, of course, I never actually called in the Dutch East Indies. I mean, technically, I didn't call... Oh no, Flanders doesn't exist anymore, of course. More free dockyards. More Amsterdams? Or do I want to build some O-23s? I think, honestly, more Amsterdam so I can get my escort fleet up to scratch a little bit better. And we're going to need to buy in some more steel. Yeah, I didn't think that you'd be able to keep that up. Buy it from Germany instead. South African Civil War. With their recent victory in the South African elections, the National Party under President James Hertzog was confident it could implement sweeping changes into the country's system of racial segregation. Alright, so we do need to do the Dutch foreign policy and help the Boers out. Oh, kill that fast battleship, please. Yes! Haha! Yep, Dutch submarines definitely OP. In fact, what I think I'm going to do is say go to the North Sea as well, just spread yourselves around that, and we'll just completely cut off the Union of Britain, so they effectively no longer participate in this war. How are we doing for aircraft? We are short 61, we're still short 6,000 infantry equipment. So I think after this, we are going to reduce the amount of aeroplanes we're producing, and we're going to start producing more infantry equipment, because we need to. Also, I need to actually research some better guns. As a matter of some priority now. French submarines are trying to find us. Yeah, that's not going to go well for either side. Convoy interdiction. Guess what? Our submarines just got even better. Oh yes. And then submarine offensive. Let's grab the last one. And then we can start focusing on our escort upgrades to make the destroyer fleet as good as the submarine fleet. Because don't want this to happen. This is bad. Although the British really haven't done a huge amount of damage. Oh no, we lost a sub to my convoy fleets, yeah. Probably because they're so often in port repairing. They're down to about 220 ships now. The US should worry about Dutch U-boats. They should definitely worry about Dutch U-boats. Alfric is so badass he can win rock, paper, scissors using rocks against paper. Absolutely. Civil war in South Africa. The former British Dominion of South Africa has descended into chaos. The pro-British provinces in the Cape and Natal, as well as Rhodesia, battle with the Afrikaner-dominated Orange Free State and Transvaal for control of the country, in what is now being referred to as the Fourth Boer War. Should we send aid to the Afrikaner nationalists, or should we stay out of it? No, we're absolutely sending aid to the Afrikaners. In the same way that as soon as the trade missions are done, we're switching over to the idea to go and help in the Boer War before I lose that opportunity. Yeah, Flanders is ours already. These... Oh no, my submarines are still on the way in. They haven't arrived yet. And as soon as they hear Dutch submarines are in the area, their destroyers are like, nope, bye. Whoop, 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 whoop. Can I annex Wallonia? No, because they're actually a German puppet, they're not my puppet. Although I do kind of wonder what's going to happen when I do the Belgian policy stuff. Because I have a feeling that this stuff is already actually technically done. Ooh, another trade slot. There are research slots there. Alright, trade missions are finished, so let's do the Dutch foreign policy. Now that we've stabilised our political order, it's time to look outwards again and examine whether we should re-emphasise our self-imposed neutrality or find allies in this new hostile world.